Hey, listen, people. We are live and alive. Listen, emergency fan meeting. Emergency fan meeting. Yeah, it's your boy Rhino. Welcome to MGTV. This is Let's Talk United, and this is an emergency fan meeting. What's going on my thing? Jadon Sancho's been suspended, people, man. It's not listen, it's not looking good at Manchester United, man. It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. I'm stressed out. I'm stressed out, man. Let me see who's gonna come in the chat. So random stream. Big up Steph as always. Listen, man. Manchester United is an absolute mess right now, man. It's an absolute shambles of a club. And I'm gonna just spend a quick 20 minutes, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less, just talking about the current situation, man. A lot of tweets have come out today from a lot of credible journalists. I do think Manchester United are putting a bit of PR out there, which is typical as always. You feel me? But you guys, man, join the conversation, man. Where's my peoples at? Let me warm up and wait for a few people to join. Um, you guys currently let me know your thoughts in the chat as well, man. Big up Staffy. I just came off your stream as well. Big up the Mandem on there as well. You feel me? Listen, man. Manchester United people, it's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. We're gonna talk about this, man. We go and talk about it. This club is an absolute mess, bruv. Absolute mess. I'm gonna even bring up some tweets as well. What's everyone saying, man? We got one person in the building so far. One person in the building, man. Join the chat, join the comments, man. Join the comments, people. Let me know who's in the building. Let me know who's in the building. Like up the video. I know it's a random stream, but like up the video. Like up the video, people, man. Whoever's here, like up the video. But my current thoughts on the whole situation. I was on Igal's channel earlier as well. Big up Igal. Yeah, man. It's what a time to be a Manchester United fan. It's just not looking good for us, man. Let's be real, people. It's not looking good at all because you know we thought this Anthony situation was enough. I never saw this Sancho thing like getting so blown up. Obviously, you have to think about it like this. He's not Ten Hag's player. Sancho go. That's what Steph is saying. Sancho go. Hey, listen, it's mad. I'm telling you, Steph, it's mad right now. We're gonna go through some of the tweets as well. I've set a few bookmarks. I've got a folder called Sancho Saga. You know, Sancho Saga. I'm even gonna put up this on the screen now. Sancho Saga, people. That's what it is right now. You thought keeping up with the Kardashians was a big show. Keeping up with United. We're to flawless. This is like keeping up with United. Look, people, man, it's not good. Let me adjust this. Where's the one that I used to use? Bear with me. I think it's this one. Yeah, perfect. And I'm gonna make this side a bit bigger. There you go. So you guys can see that clearly now. Let me see what it's looking like for you guys. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, man. Big up Steph as always. And listen, Steph, I like this quote, overpriced, overpaid, overrated players, they can't have the power. Has to be the Ten Hag has to be the boss. I agree. Because listen, all this time at Manchester United, we've screamed for player FC to disappear. We've had this problem for so long. So now, what I've realized with our fan base is we like to protect our favorites. And big up Nay G, because me and him were having a conversation as well and was talking about how biased we are as fans. And when we don't rate players, we expect them to go away, you know? We don't have no patience with them. But when we do rate players, we make all the excuses for them. And let me make it clear right now. Sancho is my guy. I like Sancho. Like, I like him as a player. When he came to Manchester United, I was excited. You feel me? Pause, because you know the pause police are out there. But I feel like when he came to our club, he came into a crazy system. He didn't come into something where he can just fit in. You know, we're all playing Oli Gunner social football. And then we've had loads of different managers since then. We've had Oli, then we had Ranić, and then we had basically Carrick, and then we've got Eric Ten Hag. And listen, people, let's keep this real. And I'm open for anyone to give their opinion. Join the chat, like the video, and if this is your first time watching, subscribe as well. Put post notifications on. But look at this, people. We know Ten Hag has protected Sancho. We know this. He's protected Sancho. He's done the part that everyone's expecting him to do. Probably certain people wouldn't even expect Ten Hag to have so much patience with him. And he's had all of that patience with him. So why are we now switching as fans when we've seen him try a different tactic? And don't get it twisted, Ten Hag is not flawless. He's not perfect. Like, he hasn't been the perfect manager. It's his first time in the Premier League. He's going to make mistakes. But at the same time, we need to look at the situation for what it is. I personally feel that, yes, he could have deflected the question in the press conference. He didn't have to say anything. I do see where you guys are coming from, of people that have that standpoint. But look at this. What he said wasn't that bad. I'm telling you, bro, come on. We're talking about world top football. We're talking about football at the highest level. We're talking about Premier League. And all Ten Hag said is, yeah, he's not trained at the level. So now we need to look deeper into it. Why did Sancho react like this? There's more happening. I think they've been having problems since the start of the season. When we played Wolves, when we played Tottenham Hotspurs, I felt like everyone kept complaining about the system. Everyone's like, oh, Rhino, it's the system. It's the system. Mason Mount, Mason Mount, Mason Mount. With Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes, and Casemiro, as them three, they should be good enough to at least get a win against Wolves. Let's be real. Whether it's being physical, whether it's being technical and all of that stuff, they should all play to their attributes, and they're good enough to get a win against Wolves. I don't think the tactics were the problem. I think it was the mentality. There was a lot of stuff going on in the dressing room. And this is my theory. This is my opinion. Look, Jadon Sancho was playing false nine preseason. Yeah? All preseason, false nine, to the point that we thought, is Ten Hag going to introduce this into the Premier League? Premier League started, Jadon Sancho was benched. He forced Rashford down the middle, which we know Rashford doesn't like being in the middle. So now that starts to show me why. We need to stop looking at we need to stop looking at the symptoms. I can't remember the saying. There's a sick saying where they said the symptoms and the cause. We need to look at the why. So forget the symptoms. Let's look at the cause of the problem. Yeah, let's look at why. What do you think's happening behind the scenes? Why Sancho, all of a sudden didn't get played down the middle? You feel me? So you have to look deeper into this. Big up Steph. Ten Hag has done the right thing by Sancho patience. Ten Hag has done the right thing by Sancho. Patience has run out by the sounds of it. 100%. Big up bath time, my guy. Treat the cause, not the symptoms. That's it. Big up Rainbow Flicks as well. Hope you've liked the video. Hope you're subscribed as well, my guy. If we get slapped by Brighton and Bayern, can't lie, we'll be Ten Hag out. As that would mean we're definitely missing out top 4. Hansi Flick in if ETH don't make it to Xmas. At least his player ID is proper. Interesting. Tell me more about this, Rainbow. I want to know more about this because this is interesting. I'm going to talk about your comment right now, yeah? And big up for your comment as well. Thank you for your input. this is how I see this Rainbow, yeah. If you think like this, yeah. Wait, so we've played 3 games. We've played Wolves, we've played Tottenham, and we've played Arsenal. Yeah. And I think we've played one more, no? Who else have we played? Let me check our fixtures. Um because I'm definitely sure we've played more games from what I'm thinking. So we've played Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, Tottenham, and Wolves, yeah? Cool. So Wolves, we scraped the 1-0 win. Tottenham, we lost 2-0. Forest, we came back from 2-0. We won 3-2. And Arsenal, we lost. So from a potential 12 points, we've got 6. Last year, we started worse. Rainbow, remember that. We started worse. So that means you was Ten Hag out last season. So let me know in the comments if you where you was at when we lost to Brighton and we lost to Brentford last season, because it's interesting. I want to see how consistent you are. You feel me? But we came third. We came third last season. So for me, I feel like we need to have patience. Ten Hag's done a lot of credit. Ten Hag has a lot of credit in the bank for us to deserve patience. Subvid says a symptom is evidence of a disease or disorder in the body. Yeah, we're using the analogy, but yeah. It can only go one of one. So Bath Time says here it can only go one of 2 ways now. The squad rallies around Ten Hag, or they throw him under the bus. Past performances suggest only one outcome to me. Interesting. We've played 4 games, so over 10% of the season. Okay. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. I wasn't Ten Hag out then, but I wasn't Ten Hag in either. It's different making mistakes in your first season compared to your second. And I will agree on that, Bath Time. But at the same time, we need to look at the situation at Manchester United. He's not having the typical second season. Even when he was at Utrecht and even when he was at Ajax, he was supported more. So why are we holding him accountable for the same expectations of managers that have a better setup? Do you get what I'm trying to say? We need to start looking deeper into this. And I know people are tired of blaming the Glazers and tired of blaming Structure and Myrtle and and Richard Arnold and all of that stuff. But this is the reality of our club, Manchester United. For the people that are in the chat, I'm not sure if you all support Manchester United, but this is the reality of our club. When he's all the other managers, Pep, Klopp, Arteta, even you could say Arteta was awarded a lot of patience. Maybe because he's a club legend. You could say Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was awarded extra patience than he deserves. You feel me? But at the same time, how easy is it for us to forget that he hasn't got the same support system that he has as other managers have? Yes, you could say it's cutthroat football and who cares? He knew what he was getting into, but we still need to kind of balance everything before we make strict, harsh, I'll say harsh judgments. Subvid says here, ETH, Eric Ten Hag needs a good 3 years to be properly evaluated. I agree with you. I honestly agree with you. Honestly, because if you take out all the problems that we have as a club, if you take out the Greenwood situation, you take out let me even put this tweet up actually. Furthermore, give me a second. I'm gonna put up, yeah. I'm gonna put up. Bath Time, to answer your question, when David Moyes was playing, I had a long gap from Manchester United when basically I had a long gap from football altogether because I basically just stopped watching football. I stopped watching football still. So there's a big period of Manchester United that I missed. But I'm gonna put up something for you guys. And like I said, I don't know if you guys have watched my previous video. Big up Alice Talks Football for this, yeah. She put up I'm gonna highlight all of these things that are happening, And then we're going to talk about it quickly as well. Big up the people in the chat as well. You know, spontaneous stream as well. Bar time says I've gone cricket mad. um, let me find it. Where is it? I hope she hasn't taken it down. But basically, it was a list of all the problems that we're going through as a club. Do you feel me? So I feel like it's very important that you know, we factor in all these things that are happening. What club is having their star player go on their one of the biggest platforms of the world? Jonathan, not thingy, not Jonathan Ross. Why am I saying Jonathan Ross? Whatever platform Ronaldo went on. My mind's gone blank right now. One of the biggest interview platforms in the world. What manager is going through that situation? You guys tell me. Tell me, because I'll be interested to know. You feel me? So we have to factor these things in. Piers Morgan, that's it. Piers Morgan. You feel me? But so if we take out Greenwood, we take out Anthony situation, we take out Ronaldo, we take out all the whole ownership situation. Ten Hag, we're still gonna have patience for him, no? We're still gonna give him at least two years, maybe 3. And that's without all of those problems. So now you add in Anthony's situation, Sancho situation, Ronaldo situation, play leaks in the dressing room, bad ownership. We're gonna have to allow him more time and be more sensible when we give him criticism. But let me read this anyway because I can't find the other post. But it was basically talking about all the stuff that we've gone through. And look what he says here as well. Yeah. Ten Hag says here, I remember well that the start of my second season in Utrecht was difficult. This is him reflecting on the second season, yeah? Part of that was due to the loss of many players. Obviously, the reason why his season was difficult is different. You have to integrate the new players. It was the same at the Ajax when we lost De Ligt and Frankie de Jong. It wasn't easy. Every season is tough at the start. In the meantime, it's all about getting points. You have to get points at the start, and from there you gain confidence. Then you will see that it is better and more fluid when you further along the process. And there's another thing Ten Hag said as well when he was speaking about how the season is a long season. It's not about winning now. It's about winning the overall season. So last season was a typical analogy of what I'm trying to say. We started off terrible. Everyone predicted us 7th, 6th. I predicted us 6th. We came 3rd. You can argue and say that, okay, but the league wasn't that good. We still had to beat the teams in front of us. You feel me? So, big up Rainbow Flicks. He says, big up, Rhino. Nah, man, just lost faith in Erik ten Hag. He was scatty in the transfer market, no plan, and his record against away top teams is shocking. And at the same time, everything is crumbling around the US. No, listen, Rainbow, I hear you. And I keep saying this on every stream that I'm on. What a time to be a Manchester United fan. So I fully agree with you. Like, the transfer window, I gave it a 3 out of 10. Well, I think a 4 out of 10 since Amrabat came in. I gave it a 3 or 4. And a lot of people, I had a few comments, they told me, listen, Ryan, that's too much. I give it a 1. But the reason why I still gave it a 3-4 is because we still got someone like Amrabat in, but at the same time, it was a loan and it was done last minute. It should have done it at the start. We started off the transfer window really well, guys, you know. We were getting players before pre-season. When do you hear that at Manchester United? We're always used to the season starting or just before the season starts and we're getting people, let alone getting people in pre-season. So I was very happy. But the fact Maguire didn't leave, the fact Van de Beek didn't leave, the fact McTominay didn't leave, that's what people need to remember makes a good season, a good transfer window. It's not always about the incomings, it's the outgoings as well. So yeah, big up Rainbow. And you also say here, on a positive, Mainu is a wavy baller and he coming back soon is only positive. We've got an Amrabat, he coming back soon is the only positive we got, and Amrabat coming through as well. 100%. You know, yeah, if we look at all the people that we've got injured, when they come back, we've got Luke Shaw to come back, we've got Malacia to come back, we've got Varane to come back, We've got Kobe Mainoo to come back. We've got Ahmed Diallo to come back. We've got a positive um, depth of players when all our injuries are recovered, you know. And it might be a promising season. We might see a turn in the wind, you know, guys. Listen, you never know it, people. You never know it. Bath Time says here, but yeah, big up Rainbow, man. Thank you for your comment, bro. He never lost a player at United. He didn't want to get rid of. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Bath Time. Obviously, his reason was different, but it's the same principle in what I'm saying is that, like, if you look at his second, he says a second season is difficult, and he's got the support of a DOF. He's got a good board behind him that is competent, yeah, and he's just blaming loss of players. Look at the problems we have. If a second season is difficult like this, Bath Time, based on the fact that he's got a good support system and he just lost players, imagine us. We've got players we need to get rid of. A lot of our players are not good enough. We've got Anthony's situation. We've got now Sancho's situation. We had Ronaldo interviews. We had player leaks in the dressing room. We had ownership problems. Glazers this, Glazers that. Manchester United being one of the biggest clubs in the world. So if a second season in Utrecht is difficult based on the facts of losing players and whatnot, just imagine what we're going through as a club. I think a 4 is about right. People might not like Mount, but he was a top target. It's the outgoings that were the issues. 100% Bath Time. 100%. Takeover and January transfer window could be huge. We just have to stay in the Premier League top 4 race and UEFA Champions League qualification. 100%, Steph. He just needs to keep us afloat while we hope that all these problems disappear. Big up, beautiful smiles. I haven't seen you in a while. Big up. Your club on the whole is disorganized and in a mess, and that will inevitably filter down to the manager and the team. 100%. And you make a very, very good point here. Very good point. Because you have to factor all of these things in. It affects the players' mentalities, and I don't like blaming and I don't like shifting blame, but sometimes you have to call a spade, and you have to say it as it is. We've got a lot of problems at Manchester United. This club is run like a mess. Beautiful smiles. Let me know what club you support, or if you support any club, because you said your club, so I'm assuming you do actually support another club, or maybe you just watch football as a hobby. But let me know. I would be interested to know as well. But yeah, beautiful comment. Bath Time says here, I doubt he survives the takeover, Stephanie. Gone in summer, I think. Okay. So Bath Time thinks that if we get taken over, then owners are not going to keep Ten Hag. I think they will, because you have to look at what he did, bearing the circumstances. And for me, it's amazing. What he accomplished last season is amazing, based on the circumstances of what we had all last season. Okay, you're Arsenal fan. Okay, big up, big up. Let me know how you're feeling as an Arsenal fan as well, and if you think Man United can turn it around as well. But yeah, big up, beautiful smiles. I hope you're subscribed as well. But I appreciate your comment. Thank you. Stephanie says here, our spine with addition of Onana, Amrabat, Hoyland might be a master stroke. Just have to give them time. 100%. All last season, Ten Hag didn't have a striker. And we definitely know that quality of players and a striker as well will affect the way we play, especially the fact that we didn't score goals. Who normally scores goals? A striker. We are not in the comfortable position like Arsenal and Man City where they've got multiple scorers, and even Tottenham Hotspurs now. Kane has gone in there scoring because they've got multiple scorers. Anthony should be scoring. Sancho should be scoring. Obviously Rashford was scoring. Garnacho. Who else have we got? Pelestri, Martial, Bruno. All these players should be all scoring as well, and that would have made our season a lot better. We might have even probably come second if we scored more goals. So now we've got a striker and our spine is set. I agree with you, Stephanie. Thank you for the comment, man. I agree. Bath Time says here, I'm not sure Amrabat is seen as a first team player. I kind of expect him to start the next 2 games though, with Casemiro at centre back if Martinez is out. Yeah, that could work. I just hope that Casemiro doesn't do these big lunges where he kind of it's like, because Casemiro is covering a lot of space, and then when he dives in and does a big tackle and it goes wrong, we get caught on the break, and then we're looking like very, very weak at that point. And I look at what Awoni did to us. I'm pretty sure that we've had examples of that where Casemiro's done a big tackle and all of a sudden he's missed that tackle and we've got a big space in the midfield now and we're literally suffering a counter attack. So if Casemiro can position himself well and get into form, I wouldn't mind him centre back. But I think Amrabat's going to be first team, man, because we don't have no depth. Against big teams, we can play Amrabat and Casemiro together and give Bruno the free roam. So we've got more of a defensive structure. And then I feel like against maybe other teams where we need to break them down, we can kind of maybe even have Amrabat sitting. And I think it's going to be interesting who goes forward and who goes back and who sits and stuff like that as well. So yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. Bath Time here says, new door, new manager, new players, and you get your own men and in if you're spending billions. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. I see that, bro. I see that, man. Yeah, he sells himself in transitions. It drives me mad. Yep. Trust me. Trust me. He puts us in the blender sometimes. Bartam says, speaking of transitions. Oh, he's transitioned to that. Okay. Sancho, big up Cruz, big up Cruz banter. Sancho got no legs to stand on. He's not the first player to be questioned in public by a manager. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Trust me. We've had loads of situations of this. Come on. Loads of situations. We've had, look at Maguire. All now, Maguire, yes, he responds in interviews and whatever. He says certain things. He don't come out and say Ten Hag is a liar and whatever. Ten Hag has said Maguire's in my plans. And who would you say seems more fragile out of Sancho and Maguire mentally? Yes, we'll never know the answer to that, but has Maguire put out a statement and said Ten Hag's lying? Did Wan-Bissaka put out a statement when the whole social media was saying, why are we playing him? He's crap, he's rubbish. Yes, players are different, but I keep using this analogy of the army. How many different personalities are in the army? But they all follow the same standards. So what are we talking about here, guys? What are we talking about? It's the club. The club's a mess and there's no structure. And I agree with Beautiful Smiles on that. Has it ever worked questioning player public? Someone made a good example when they were talking about. Oh, it's come out my mind. But this is how I look at it, Bath Time, yeah? This is how I see it. Ten Hag's tried everything. If he didn't try what he did last season, then I can say, okay, cool. Where are you going with this Ten Hag? But Ten Hag put his arm around him. Sancho's display picture is Ten Hag around his shoulder. That's Sancho's display picture. I'm going to bring it out right now. Look. This is Sancho's display picture. You can't make this up. Look at that. Come on. And when this moment came, the fans all stood up and we said, yes, Sancho's back. Sancho and Ten Hag. So now he's called him out in public. I think it's the last straw. He tried the soft thing. He tried the, you know what, you're my guy. I'm going to give you personal training. In the interviews, I'm going to protect you. And we're going to do the best we can. Maybe something happened behind the scenes that we're not privy to. And then all of a sudden, things started to change. You feel me? So, yeah. Beautiful Smiles here says, I think that United need an overhaul. I've never seen your club with these level of mediocre players. I mentioned previously how many players will survive if Fergie was in charge. And listen, a lot of these players won't. Even your favourites, some of you lot's favourites will not survive. And even if we don't have to use Fergie, because Fergie was a different era and a different level, and he accomplished a lot. Fergie had a lot of credit in the bank. But look at this, people. A lot of our players are actually not good enough. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. A lot of our players are frankly not good enough. Even when you look at people like Marcus Rashford, you look at people like Bruno, you look at people like Luke Shaw. These are players that have been in our club a long time. How consistent is Luke Shaw? I think Ten Hag gave him one of his best seasons. And I don't think Luke Shaw started off well this season from what I can remember. How good are our players at Manchester United, people? And this is what I'm saying to you guys, like, bruv, we do need an overhaul. And that's what I was that's what I was hoping for, beautiful smiles. I was hoping for a situation that Ten Hag has come. You know, he's had a good first season. We're going to second season now. We're hearing all the stuff about the Glazers. We're thinking, yes, Qatari. I was planning it with all the mandem. Big up Saeed, big up Ty, big up Kaz as well from Never a Foul. We were all planning it together to wear our things first day of the season. I think we've all forgotten that. We said, look, if the Qataris come in, we're gonna wear our I can't remember what they're called, and we're all gonna go to the next United game wearing our clothing, the Sheikh clothing, and a lot has happened since then. But I thought that yeah, second season Qataris were gonna come in and we can buy out everyone's contracts that don't need to be here. The Marshalls, if we had ownership, would have given Maguire his 12 million to go. You know, so we definitely do need an overhaul, 100%. And I was hoping for that to happen. We keep Ten Hag, we give him what he needs, we get a director of football in to help him because he can't do it all by himself. Pep Guardiola has help. Mikel Arteta has help. Jurgen Klopp has help. I think they've had a few in and outs with their directors of football, but they've got help. Pep doesn't do it on his own. Pep literally finds out what he needs and then they go and find it for him and they work together. It was the same thing with Ten Hag at Ajax. Overmars. He had help. So we need to remember that the structure's not good. And I was hoping that the owners will come in and will change up the structure, you know? And then we've got a good manager like Ten Hag to kind of bring us back to where we need to be. Bath Time says I can only think of Joe Cole at Chelsea, and Jose did that after he won and scored the winner. Yep. What other comments we got here? I'm not a huge fan of treating players as children and then asking them to perform like men. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Bro, basically Sancho feeling the pressure and struggling to balance the lifestyle that comes with football and actually delivering at the highest level every week. 100%. 150%. Because we need to factor in we need to factor in the fact that Sancho might mentally not be ready. He used the word scapegoat. A lot of media posts are coming out now that he used the same word at Borussia Dortmund. England, we're seeing that he hasn't been training well. Gareth Southgate had his reservations. Dortmund, certain coaches had their reservations. So there's a clear pattern here of Sancho not training at the right level. And whether Ten Hag was wrong or right to say it, we need to really appreciate the fact that number one, he wasn't Ten Hag's player, and number two, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. People want to talk about favoritism. Every manager has favoritism. All the managers you can name all have favoritism. When people at Man City must be hoping, as someone made this point on, I think it was Never a Foul. People at Man City must be hoping. Why isn't Foden playing? Why isn't this player playing? You know, you just have to call. You just have to wait for your time and be professional. That's the time when you can earn your check. Earn your check. Know you're not playing, but go and perform in training, my guy. And then when your timing will come, it will come. And if your time doesn't come, then you leave. And when your time does come, you perform. And unfortunately, my guy Sancho hasn't performed. Pre-season, he did well. But we must have known that wasn't going to be long term, knowing that we're getting someone like Højlund in. But at the same time, why didn't Ten Hag play the false nine? We've seen Poch. He's played certain certain formations in preseason. The season starts now. He's come off it. So we don't know how these managers think, but something's definitely gone on, man. But yeah, I agree with this, Cruz. The mentality for Sancho is definitely not there, man. It's not there. He's talented. I love him as a player, but mentally, if he just waited a couple hours, he would have slipped right into the team. If he didn't put up that post and he decided to, you know what, nah, Ten Hag, why did you say that about me? You know what, I'm gonna prove him wrong. All right, cool. What? My levels of training, yeah? Say no more. Even if you think you are the manager's wrong, prove it in different ways. And that shows a strong mentality for me. Imagine being a footballer and your PFP is you coming on as a sub. I like Shaw, but I'd be up for a change as I don't think he's good inside and it hurts us in the first and second phases. 100%. 100%. And that's when you guys have to realize our players are not good enough. Our players are actually not good enough to compete at the highest level. And Ten Hag has papered over a lot of cracks. You feel me? So Ten Hag's got credit in the bank for me. Honestly, he's got credit in the bank. Ambition of these signings and some homegrowns has to be questioned. Not winners, but paycheck social media players. 100%, Stephanie. 100%. Because when you look at it like this, Jadon Sancho, marquee signing, but where did he fit into the system? Where did he fit in? And I know when he came to United at that time, he was really good on the right. But then again, you have to look at it. We had Greenwood, you know, but then obviously put him on the left then. I think the best manager to get the best, the manager that got the best out of Sancho was probably Ranić, you know, but we know how it went with Ranić. I think overall Ten Hag's done a splendid job, honestly. Um, it's called Gutra, yeah? Gutra. Let me search that up quickly. Gutra. Yeah. Yeah. I just call it Shaker tire. But yeah, Gutra. Yeah. Ten Hag asked in his contract to have control of transfers. Yes, 100%. And bath time, I want to quickly talk about this as well. And big up the people that are still in the chat. I really appreciate you guys as well. If you guys haven't already, like the video, and if this is your first time watching or you haven't yet, please subscribe to the video. Please like the video as well. But yeah, thank you for the people in the chat still and sending your comments, guys. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. I'm here live. You guys can talk to me. Just say your opinion and we're going to talk about it. But yeah, in regards to what you're saying, bath time, look, Ten Hag, when he came into the club, there was obviously promises made to him. And I'm not saying that the Glazers haven't backed him fully, but it's just the way they're doing it. And it's their application. Like when we're getting players, let's get them in quickly. Let's not overplay and let's not overpay. But to answer your question, he's got no other choice. And at the same time as he's got no other choice, he's not going to get it perfect. You feel me? So he needs to have a director of football, a competent director of football to support him. And then maybe he can have control as well. If we kept Ranić, we'll be cooking. If we kept Ralph Ranić, we'll be cooking. But obviously the Glazers didn't want him. So we know how that story goes. Beautiful Smile says, calling out Sancho was not a good move, and especially when he has had issues with mental health. It was a conversation that needed to happen behind closed doors. And I agree with you. Ten Hag should have probably had more composure and said, you know what? They ask him on the spot, oh yeah, why isn't Sancho in the lineup? Oh yeah, just tactical reasons. Why was it in the lineup? Or he could have said, they could have said to you, Ten Hag, why wasn't Sancho in the squad? He could have said, nope, I just want to talk about the players that played today. Whoever wasn't in the squad isn't something we should talk about. I'm focusing on the fact that we lost to Arsenal, blah, blah, blah. So there are ways that I agree that Ten Hag could have deflected it. But at the same time, I look at it like this. For you to be top level, to play at the highest level, you all need a mentality. And I go back to my army analogy, beautiful smiles. There's hundreds of people in the army, all different personalities, all different shapes and sizes, men and women. They're all required to have a strong mentality because you're doing something that requires, in all top sports and all top levels of sport, you need a good mentality. So at what level are we going to start saying, oh, you know what, we need to protect this player, protect that player? I don't think people like, and I'm using Pep and Klopp because they are proven top managers. Do you think they worry about the different personalities, or do they just come in every day and say, "You guys need to do this, you guys need to do that. I don't want to hear nothing. If you don't do it, you're out." He's not going to say, "Oh, but Nunes and Salah, Nunes is a bit soft. Let me have a bit of patience with Nunes." But no, they set a standard and everyone has to meet it. It's like a school, you know. Whether you're slim, whether you're big, whether you're fast, whether you're slow, you all need to come on time. So we can't now protect the people that live further away. We can have a bit of patience with them, but they knew where they were traveling from when they decided to go to that school. So if I now know that you live an hour away, I still expect you on time. So I feel like we need to have that mentality at Manchester United where we set the levels and everyone has to deal with it. You feel me? And maybe mentally you're not maybe you're not fit for the top level of football. I know some people can have arguments against that, but let me know in the comments. But that's just my opinion anyway. Um, Let me go to bath time here. If I was selectively called up by a manager when I didn't even play in that game, when other players have stunk at the place for a while, I'll be incredibly dramatic. And I agree with that. And to go on this point, bath time, this is what I think. Ten Hag was obviously rattled. He thought we nearly won that Arsenal game. A lot of things pissed him off. And you could see Ten Hag was very rattled. He was very jittery. He was very stressed. A lot of things are probably happening behind the scenes. And remember, he didn't bring out Sancho. So he probably just answered instinctively and maybe out of emotion as well. So he should have covered it up. But at the same time, I don't think what he said was that bad, in my opinion. I'm still annoyed Rashford hasn't done a Bale or Ronaldo and moved further inside and used all that tech and physicality to become a world beater. Bath time. Do you know why it's so interesting you say this? Watch the England game against Scotland, the way Rashford was playing. It was I was thinking, where has this Rashford been? And I'm talking about the less selfish Rashford. Listen, when he played Scotland, I need to see that. I need to see him doing that. And people always talk about Rashford in the nine. Rashford can play a nine if he really wanted to. But unfortunately, his mindset wasn't there and he wanted to stick on the left. Last season, he proved to us that if he really wants to, he can do a decent job. You know, you get me? But that's another conversation. He's still trying out nutmegs in the wing. And I listen to offers for him, to be honest. Yeah, 100%. You know, once we get a structure and we've got competent players all doing the job they need to do, certain players like Rashford, we won't hold on to. Yes, he's a Mancunian. He's born and bred Manchester United. But at the same time, to get to the levels we want, we need to either have a system that he suits in. We can't rely on Rashford. We all need to be banging in goals. Our whole front three line has to be scoring goals. We can't just rely on Rashford. But in isolation, if you take Rashford out and you put three competent front threes there, how quality is Rashford? You know, Rashford is a very good player. Last season, he proved it. But we need to see consistency and we need to see better decision making in terms of him being less selfish because we're not relying on you no more. We've got Hoyland here. We've got whoever's going to play in the right, whether it's Palestri or whether it's when Ahmad comes back or whether it's Anthony that comes back when his situation is resolved. Um, you guys do realize players get called out every week. Sancho is United's highest paid player. If he can't take this level of criticism, then United are finished. There you go. You've summarized everything that I just said in the last 5-10 minutes. 100%. That's it. I don't even need to say anymore. Your YouTube social skills are streets ahead of others these days. Now, big up bath time, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Come on, man. Um, oh yeah, big up Steph, man. um, oh, is it? Kobe Manu's out. Send me the put the send me a link on Twitter. Damn, that's gonna be a blow. You know, Kobe Mano was looking very promising for us as well, but I wasn't expecting him back soon. Anyway, I think a lot of people got a bit giddy. I wasn't expecting him back soon, man. I think they 100% worry about individual differences between players, as every top manager always has. Yeah, I hear that. I hear you. The army breaks you down to build you up in a unified image. In a unified image. Interestingly, it comes from a study done in 1924 about how most soldiers in the First World War were aiming to kill. Yeah, listen, that's what I'm saying. And I feel like I'm using the analogy of the army in terms of you're all here to do a job and I expect you to all perform at this level. I don't care about what's happening in your life. And I feel like when you play at the highest level of football, we need to set that standard at the club. If you go to Man City, Pep doesn't care. And I know people hate the Pep comparisons, but I'm gonna do it. Pep don't care about what happened to you yesterday or last week or what's going on in your life. Play football or get out. Do what I need you to do or get out. And I'm sure Klopp's the same. I'm sure Arteta's the same. Like, there's a level. We need to stay at this level, honestly. Maybe Southgate's a better manager than people give him credit for. I'll briefly talk about this, even though I'm Southgate out. He's someone that I'm out. I'm not Ten Hag out, but I'm Southgate out. Listen, with Gareth Southgate, yeah. Or let me say bye to Steph as well. See you later, Stefan. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for always being here. Thank you for always commenting on all the videos as well. She says, see you later, everybody. Up early tomorrow to get back home. Thanks for the live ones, buddy. Great content. Thank you, Stefan. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Going back to what you said about Southgate, yeah. I just feel like he's hit his ceiling now, and he's got England to a place where, you know what, we need to start moving on to someone else that can take them even further, utilize the quality of players that we have, and incorporate a style of play. Kobe Manu is still out injured for a little while. Yeah. I wasn't listen, bath time. I can't lie. I'm not expecting him till about October, late October. A lot of people were saying that he could come early as well. Pause. But a lot of people were saying that he could return back to football early. But I wasn't really having faith in that, to be honest, because at the end of the day, look at it like this: we need to focus on what we do have now, and even when he's fit and ready, he still needs to be incorporated back into first team football in terms of fitness and whatever. So it'll take a while. Cruz says, I'm a Chelsea fan, and it's this same player FC mindset that has hit United, Chelsea, and Arsenal especially hard. Thank you, Cruz, and big up the fact you're a Chelsea fan as well, and you've got a good perspective of football. And I agree with you, man. And that's why I'm happy that these things are happening. At the end of the day, Ten Hag's not always going to get everything correct. You feel me? Ten Hag's not going to get things perfect. But what we need to realize is that he's kind of ethos is play for the club. You are not bigger than the club. So I'm happy. I'm happy that players get disciplined when they put up posts. Wrong or right, respond in different ways. So 100% Cruz, I agree with you. And big up Spursy. Hey, listen, big up, man. Appreciate you, man. Listen, let me know what you're saying. We're talking about Jadon Sancho. We're talking about choices that Eric Ten Hag has made. I personally think Eric Ten Hag has done a good job based on all the situations he's had. So we've dissected the Sancho situation a bit, and we've been talking about a few things as well. But Spursy, let me know what you're saying, man. Big you up, man. Thank you, man. I hope you've liked the video, my guy. Make sure you like the video, my guy. And I'm pretty sure you're subscribed as well. So big up. Bath Time says here, I kind of feel we're going to close up in 10 minutes, people. Listen, I was only going to be here for half an hour. And I said to you a little less than 20 minutes or a little more. And we're 49 minutes in, and we've had brilliant interaction. So everyone that's still here, thank you guys so much. And I appreciate you guys as well. So thank you, man. And Stephanie says we've passed the 6 likes mark. Listen, random stream. I'm not expecting a lot of people, and I've been slacking, so I'm happy to have you guys here, man. So I appreciate you guys, man. But Bath Time says here, I kind of feel that way about Ten Hag. I'd like him to just drain the swamp or whatever, and then get in the man that can win us big prizes. Okay, yeah, okay, I hear you. I understand that. I respect it, man. Cruz says, safe, bro. Appreciate good YouTubers no matter the team, no matter who the team is. And I've heard you on side streams. Keep doing your thing. Thank you very much, my boy, my guy. And that's it, man. You know, for me, bro, in football, you need to be very level-headed and you need to be sensible. And don't get it twisted. I know we're in an era where we can be shameless, and we're in an era where it's controlled by memes and stuff like that. But let's talk sense. And a lot of people haven't really played football. And I'm not trying to say that you need to kick ball to have sense, but I feel like when you play football, you understand things a bit more. And also, I also feel like I've watched Man United from back in the day. I'm talking about sharp view cam days. I'm talking before AIG. I'm talking about Andy Cole and Dwight York, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Teddy Sheringham. That's what I'm talking about. You know, obviously we had the Carricks, we had the Part G songs, we had loads of players. That's what I'm talking about. I've been watching United from back in the day, and then I took a little break, and then coincidentally, by the time Ronaldo came, that's when I started watching football again. Before Ronaldo, like Van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, I wasn't even watching football at all. I was just living life, should I say? But yeah, big up Cruz, man. Thank you, man. You're hitting them with rest of French chat on those channels. You hitting them? Not yet of halftime. This Play FC agenda has Chelsea fans backing our new owners who are signing man on an 8-year deal with no plan. That's what I'm saying. We need to see performances, and big up Don, because I was with Don's what do you call it, support. Obviously, you must know about Don, innit? So I was on the girls channel with Don and a few other people, and I said to him, bro, Poch has to perform. $1 billion spent, quality players in, quality manager, Premier League proven to some degree. He's got to perform, because it's the same pressure I saw on Ten Hag. And Ten Hag hadn't even been in the Premier League. Ten Hag's first time in the Premier League, everyone kept saying, look at the money he spent. Poch better perform. Poch better rise. Pause. Yeah? For you pause police out there. Poch better rise, bruv. Pause. You feel me? Quality manager, been in the Premier League, got financial backing, got quality back and players there. Yes, he's got a lot to deal with, but so did Ten Hag. Poch has got to perform. But yeah, 100% Play FC needs to go. What's your preferred front line when they're with the available players? Good question. All right, cool. So, all right. So I'm playing to our strengths here, yeah, right? So Rashford on the left, Hoyland down the middle, and I would say I don't know if Mason Mount's available, but I'm hearing he's decent on the right side. It would have to be Bruno. But if I, based on what I'm hearing about Mount, I would have to say Mount, and then maybe second half we put in Palestri, because I don't think he's ready to start yet. I could be wrong, but that pressure of that right wing and him starting, I think he needs to be implemented like Garnacho. But then again, Palestri is quite older and he has got experience with the international team, but I still think he needs to be integrated in very carefully. So we'll see. Ten Hag will know what's right, and I trust my manager. But yeah, I'll say Rashford, Hoyland, and probably Mount or Bruno for the first half, and then we put Palestri in. But yeah, ideally, if Palestri could start, it will be Rashford, Hoyland, Palestri. But I just feel like he's more of an impact player, man. I like what he would do. I wish Sancho and this Ten Hag situation got resolved, because I would have picked Sancho. I believe him and Hoyland could be crazy. You start to see a different, the way Hoyland kind of tracks deep as well to collect the ball. His link up play you saw with the offside goal of Garnacho. You feel me? But if Rashford is being too greedy and he's not being effective, put Garnacho on in the second half as well. Bring that impact. Because Brighton, yes, De Zerbi is a good coach and they've got a nice style of play, but we've got better quality players than them, and we're at the theatre of dreams, man. And that place has gotten us out of that place has rescued us out of crap games. So I feel like yeah, Ten Hag can do a masterclass against De Zerbi, or our quality will just shine through. Plus, we're at Old Trafford, so yeah, Rashford, Hoyland, and ideally Palestri if he could start, but I would say probably Mount or Bruno. See what Mount can do on the right. But yeah, big up. I would say 100% you need to have played at a minimum of semi-pro level to talk about players and tactics. Yeah, 100%. And when I played football back then, I don't remember all the tactics and stuff. I just remember, okay, stay up front, do this. All right, mark this player. There were tactics, but I feel like now it's become more scientific, you know. But I remember just basic instructions and stuff like that. But yeah, Subvid says, cool. Let me know your front three. What's your preferred front line, Subvids? I'll be interested to know. And would you have put Sancho in there if this situation wasn't happening? Let me know. The Van Gaal December was the worst period of a time as a United fan. Yeah, I'm happy I missed that, man. Not looking good all around, and United are trying to burn him, but he could have used this time to show, hopefully, for you. It's not Bruno right wing. Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't want Bruno right wing, but that's what it's looking. It's just looking. All right, we're looking weak depth wise, man. We're looking very, very weak, people, man. 5 more minutes and we're closing out, people. Thank you for the consistency and the people in the chat. Throw your comments in as well. We're closing it up in 5 minutes, people. Bath time here says Rashford, Highland, and Mount. Okay, yeah, basically what I said. Yeah, man. Palestri is a late game player at this stage in his career, same as Garnacho, and how we should have used Dan James. Yeah, facts. Facts. I couldn't speak Spanish when I signed for a club in Chile, so I had to spend hours translating loads of tactical bollocks before sessions. Rashford, Hoyland, and Palestri. Yeah, I agree with you, bro. I agree with you. Let me quickly go through the tweets that I was going to go through as we're closing up, and you guys throw in your comments as well. Um, but yeah, let's see here. I always click the wrong thing, you know. It's crazy. But so look, Sancho's refused to apologize, man. And if we go on the basis of the general consensus of the conversation we've had, just you guys hash it out, man. At the end of the day, Ten Hag, maybe you could say he shouldn't have said it, but he didn't say nothing that bad. Gaffer, you know what? I didn't appreciate what you said, but you know what? My bad. I shouldn't have reacted like that. My bad. Boom. Bam, you're in the team. So there's obviously more to it, man. He wants him to apologize, obviously. Jadon feels that he's been a victim of double standards. Maybe this is to do with Anthony, but maybe Anthony's doing certain things that Ten Hag likes. We have to remember managers see the game differently. It's not always about maybe specifically GA. Maybe there's certain things that Anthony's doing on the pitch and a certain mindset that Anthony's showing. So I don't know. We don't know, guys. We don't know people, man. I reckon it's day 3 now of me waiting for you to watch the video I specifically made for you. I feel like a teenage girl waiting for a text. No, bath time. I promise you, I'm gonna watch it. You said it's only 7 minutes as well. But yeah, you probably have to remind me because I get caught up a lot as well. But yeah, so Jadon Sancho is refusing to back down. Jadon Sancho believes there have been notable inconsistencies in the way Eric Ten Hag has applied certain rules in relation to him compared to teammates. This is one of the reasons why Sancho claims he's a scapegoat. But you know why I criticize Sancho about this? Because who else did Ten Hag put on personal training for 2.5 months? Hmm? Tell me, what other special treatment was that? Who got special treatment when they were going through mental health issues to get trained by themselves and have patience with? Bearing in mind, Sancho, you're not one of Ten Hag's players. So what? Should other players complain that when they're going through mental stuff, they don't get um they're not afforded time to, get clear their head and whatever. So we can look at it both ways, but I hear this. Um Yeah, and this is just going on the apologies as well. But look, people, we're gonna close out, man. We're gonna finish the last few comments, then we're gonna close out. Another moment of authority for Eric Ten Hag, whose attempts to get Jadon Sancho following squad discipline stretch back to last season. Timekeeping a persistent issue. Also, training levels. Sancho flew to NY rather than entertaining Saudi offers. Obviously, Sancho didn't want to leave, so that's fair enough. And yeah, timekeeping, he had that consistently, but it's just spin from the Glazers and the owners just to try and make Ten Hag look perfect, When's Gandalf and Naaman back on? That was a good show as three people in the Magic Number. Yeah, I'm gonna get them on tomorrow. I'm gonna see their availability tomorrow. We're gonna do a prediction. I might get Staffy on as well. And a few of my other people as well. Big up Kojo, free in the midfield. Make sure you guys check out that channel. Big up my guy Voran Spice as well, Red United. Um, and big up Bath Times guys as well, Agenda as well, MU Agenda as well. So big up those guys as well, man. I'm gonna hope to work with MU Agenda soon as well. And yeah, you're gonna see probably Kojo free in the midfield and Ivor and Spice on my channel as well. And you see me on their channels too as well. And I'm gonna get Ozzy and Omar on my channel again, definitely as well. So yeah. Yeah, let me go through the last of Bath Times comments, then we're gonna close out. Make sure you've subscribed, people, man. The people that are still here in the chat. No one else has that info released. You notice Malacia injury has never. Yeah, Bath Time. This Malacia thing is confusing me, man. I'm happy that I still see him on social media from what I last see, but it's confusing me what's happening with Malacia Bath Time. Trust me, 100%. Shout out to Marshall for getting British summertime wrong and going to work 5 hours early today. Yeah. And then they tried to spin it like he left training early and there must be something happening. Listen, so reactionary right now, man. I'm on from 8:30 to 9:30, so you can do it after that, please. Okay, cool. No worries, bro. I'll probably aim to go live about 10:30, so that should be cool. And yeah, come on. It's just the three of us at the moment, so we can get you on next week. Yeah, perfect, man. I'll love that, man. I'll love that. But listen, people, we are closing out. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it, man. Check out some of the videos on my channel, man. I've done some videos breaking down Ten Hag's what he's done for our club and why we should have more patience. I've done other videos on Jadon Sancho as well. So you guys, please watch those videos, like them, and share them around. Share them to your friends. Tell your friends about Rhino MGTV. They don't even have to be Man United fans. Just tell them, look, there's a level-headed Man United fan and he puts out good content. And I'm also going to bring my rival show back. So I'm going to get Jamie representing Liverpool. I'm going to get Hamza representing City. I've got my guy Magpies representing Newcastle as well. And I'm going to get a few other rival fans on. And we're going to talk about this weekend's games. My Arsenal fans as well. My boy Firm supports Arsenal. Ren supports Chelsea. So yeah, man, we're gonna get back to the rival talk as well. So make sure you guys subscribe, and if you haven't already, put tell a friend to tell a friend, put post notifications on as well. Please, man, it will be much appreciated. And make sure you like the video, man. Bath Time here says good lad. Brush your teeth and get a good sleep in. Nah, thank you, man. But listen, appreciate you guys that are still here, man. Thank you, man. And listen, we are out, man. Peace.
Hey, I swear Firms and Reds pattern this.